All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. All right, what's going on, everybody? Another beautiful day here in Florida. And here we are back in Orlando, Kiss Me area, because we're on another adventure to Hollywood Studios. So right now it's currently 4:15. And we're just gonna come here and stop by to see a couple things. We haven't been on the Mickey's Runaway Railway yet, so that's our goal for today, is to go ahead and ride that and take Bryson through Star Wars and Toy Story Land. But until we go back to normal, we gotta go through the screening checkpoint for COVID. Okay, 4:15 and the entry looks empty. That's a good sign, right? So hopefully it's not too busy of a wait today. It's always a good thing when you see more people leaving than entering. All right, so this is the first time we've been to this park since back in February, so that is pre-COVID times with closures and stuff like that. And last time we came here, Mickey's Runaway Railway wasn't open as well. And on top of that, we just scanned our passes through the gates, and that was the first time I actually asked how old little Bryson was. So, yeah, that's a first.
Okay, so the wait for the Runaway Railway right now is 70 minutes. It is all outdoors, and it is a little too hot for us to be waiting. So we're gonna go ahead and ride Midway Mania, which is a 20-minute wait, and Swirling Saucers, which is 15 minutes.
So this is all the line for the queue of the Mickey's Runaway train. And currently for ride updates, looks like the Little Mermaid is shut down. That is a indoor theatrical little event going on, so that is currently closed. So real quick, we actually escaped the heat since the cat's out of the bag. Heather is pregnant, so she wanted some AC before we go ahead and wait in longer lines over there in Toy Story Land. But here we are, we're inside of, I call it the Walt Vault. And then here they have a whole bunch of old school Main Street type of stuff. And just a big collection of Walt and everything leading up to all of his imaginations. All right, so see when they went ahead and repainted the Magic Kingdom. See how I told you guys, I mentioned it kind of resembles the Disneyland castle? Well, there you go, you can kind of see the color differences right there.
Yes.
But now that we live here in Florida, I am missing Paradise Pier, which is now Pixar Pier over at Disney's California Adventure. So for you Star Wars fans out there, do you call this thing an AT-AT or AT-AT? Lay it down in the comments below. Okay, and here's Cinderella's castle here at Magic Kingdom, Florida. But it definitely doesn't look that color anymore. They changed the shading, kind of looks more of a pink color. But that's how it used to look. On our way out, but here's the multiplane camera. So this is how they used to film all their old school cartoons. So Heather and I, we've actually seen the real life ones that they actually use for filming productions up in California. They have one up in San Francisco, so that's pretty cool. So it looks like that market's closed. They usually sell some beer and concessions out that way. And then through there is a little Mr. Incredible Land area. Usually you can go meet people there, and it's technically closed as well. All right, ever wanted to feel like a toy? No other place better to go than Toy Story Land here at Hollywood Studios. As you can tell, he's pretty excited. You always feel like a toy though. You got the overgrown grass, makes you feel like a small little toy. You got all the Tinker toys. And then there's the big characters up there. You got Rex. Here comes the coaster itself right there. Okay, first ride of the day, Toy Story Mania. 25-minute wait so far. He's just so anxious, look at him. Don't go too far. Pay attention. Look at that big old Uno card. So they have limited the lines when it comes to being indoors, so that's not being used right now at the moment. So usually when you're zigzagging through this line, they'll have Mr. Potato Head, an animated Mr. Potato Head that would actually be able to talk with your guest, and he looks like he's closed down right now. Hide behind this curtain over here. So outside it said a 25-minute wait, but we only waited 5 minutes to go ahead and get our glasses, so we'll see how long the actual ultimate wait is going to be. I have a feeling it's way shorter than 25. Alright, way definitely shorter than 25 minutes, and look at this big old door. Like I said, I think we're in Andy's room. We're definitely in Andy's room. So that was a total of 8 minutes wait time. That's really not bad at all. Keep in mind, Heather already pointed it out to me, but our glasses are fogging with these masks on. What about you? Who's gonna win?
Oh, you gotta put your glasses on.
Who's gonna win?
Let's examine their score.
Yay! I win, haha. Best in vehicle, but Bryson totally beat me in accuracy. He got 51%, I got 27%. Alright, so instead of waiting 25 minutes, we are in and out, did the ride, and we're at 15 minutes total. Alright, next ride of the day is Swirling Saucers. This guy's actually old enough and tall enough to do it. It's crazy to think, once upon a time, this guy was actually too little to ride this, and Heather and I actually went on without him. It's when it first opened. Now he's eating all his food, right Bryson? You're eating all your food, you're taking your naps, you're going to sleep, and now you're tall enough and you can ride this now. So I think the big next milestone is 40 inches, and he'll do a lot more stuff once it's 40 inches. So I don't think that side's closed. I think it's just closed because they're out there cleaning it. And since there's two portions, one here, one on the other side, they probably alternate to make sure things are staying clean in a timely manner. So one will be running while the other one's getting cleaned. Yep, so they're going ahead and cleaning down this side like I originally thought. So real quick, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 place markers when there's usually 11 stars. So there's usually 11 groups, and right now there are 8. So that's how they're doing their social distance on this ride.
Safety. Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Say cheese!
Arms, feet, and legs inside.
Okay, as always, Swirling Saucers was a success. It's currently 5:15, so the park closes at 7 today.
8.
So actually 8 o'clock. Heather just corrected me. So we're gonna go ahead and walk through Galaxy's Edge. There's nothing that we can do with a toddler at the moment. He's not tall enough. However, we're gonna go ahead and kill some time, see if there's any new things to update you on. And then on our way out, we're gonna go ahead and hit up Mickey's Runaway Railroad. So we just went from being a toy to being out of this world over here in Galaxy's Edge. And here's your theme in so far. So this is probably one of the first times we're actually seeing Kylo Ren and the Star Troopers out here. They're never typically out here when we come over. But I'm gonna go get this guy to go say hi.
Oh. Oh man.
All right, 5:20, standby line is 30 minutes for Smuggler's Run, which is the Millennium Falcon ride. And here's a good point of view of the crowd levels right now. So one thing out here is definitely the theming, right up on par with Pandora, which is over there at Animal Kingdom, and Harry Potter World. So out of those three that I just mentioned, what do you guys think is the best one out here? Personally, I still think Universal takes the cake over there at Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So when we originally made our reservations to come to this park, we intended to go on the Rise of Resistance ride, so the brand new Star Wars ride. And unfortunately we couldn't do that because we have this little man, and Heather and I want to experience that together. So that's for another day. But it doesn't make me feel a little bit better because the ride's been down all day for the most part since 10:30ish. The park opened up at 10. So these people kind of been on standby waiting to get on. But yeah, not a total loss. All right, as we're making our way through the park, we're gonna go on something that we haven't been on in a while. This is actually Bryson's first time going on it, and that is the Muppet Show. It's a 3D little show, and hopefully he can have some fun, beat the heat while we wait for the Runaway Railroad line to die down. So we originally got here for 70 minutes, dropped down to 60, so it's just gonna keep continuing to drop down as the day progresses. But he does enjoy the Muppets, and he hasn't been on it, so what better way to waste time than, or kill time, than to ride something here at the park. I mean, that is why we're here.
Scooter from Mars.
So here's the social distance placards.
Hello, my friends just coming on.
So we're almost in the center, not too bad. And he can actually see the screen. Okay, Muppets, first time we've gone on that in a while. First time for Bryson. And he didn't know what to think about it because this is the first like kind of 3D experience. So it's definitely fun to see him kind of freak out. But it is always refreshing to go on something that you haven't been on in a while, because you tend to forget things that happened during the ride or the show. And Muppet Vision was no different. So it's a fun experience for Bryson. He got a little scared some portions in just because he couldn't tell what was real and what wasn't in there. So it was kind of funny. He was like blocking his eyes and stuff like that. But overall, it was a good experience, and we actually had experience with masks on. So your glasses do have a tendency to go ahead and fog up, but it's not the end of the world, you know. So it will forever blow my mind that Star Tours is out here all by itself, while everything else is over in Galaxy's Edge. All right, so now that it's drastically cooler out now, I'm okay with waiting outside in line for this Mickey Runaway train. And it's a 50-minute wait, so we're gonna go ahead and wait in line for that. We'll get to go ahead and walk through the queue and everything. We should have some fun. Heather's gonna go ahead and get some snacks, and then we'll go ahead and hit that ride and make our way out of the park. At the current time is 6 o'clock, so we still got 2 more hours, and it's pretty empty right now. Can't say it was like this a couple hours ago though. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. This way, Bryson. So as reference, we got quoted 55 minutes with the lady right there holding the sign, and this is all open right now, so I definitely think it's gonna be shorter than a 55-minute wait. But for now, we are right here. So Heather just came back and picking up some pretzels, and look at that, these are even themed. These are Mickey Mouse ear pretzels, and it's also got the theming of the ride on here. It's pretty cool. So honestly, this line's been moving fairly well. We haven't really stopped for a prolonged period of time, and it's a little overcast right now, so it's really not bad at all. Like I said, we're pretty much navigating non-stop. We haven't really stopped, so that's a good sign. You excited? It's our first time. So right off to the side of the line, then we have a little potable hand washing station. So it's got water and all that in there for you. It's a little better than hand sanitizing. Look at that, he's tapped out in this line. He's about halfway there. That's why his mask's off, because he's eating. So when it's slow, you have time to observe things. Notice all these little umbrellas and these fans, they're only right outside the building before you go in the building. Whereas out here during the normal daylight hours, you'll be baking out here in the sun without any type of fan. So just little things like that you'll notice when the lines are a little slower out here. But we're almost there. And look at our luck. That's just completely empty. So that's probably a good 5 minutes right there of time that dropped. So right now we're about just over half an hour, and we're almost towards the front of the Chinese theater. As we're waiting in front of here, who here remembers when Mickey's sorcerer hat used to be in front of the Chinese theater? Who remembers that? Leave a comment down below if you remember Hollywood Studios or MGM being that way as you remember. All right, you ready? Just waiting right outside the door. So here's the characters you can expect on this ride. All right, let's see what's through these doors. So here's a docking station. It's got some plexiglass.
Inside your car at all times, which remains seated.
Yep, that's pretty standard here at Disney parks though right now. But I will say the AC feels fantastic. First look at the train. Alright, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you? I'm a 10.
I guess I'm a 10.
She's still kind of sad that it's not the, she's still sad that it's not the, what's that called? The Great Movie Ride. But she'll get over it. I think we'll have fun on this ride. We'll see though. All right, little ones first. So Bryson and Mama. All right, here we go.
This thing on. Can you all hear me way back in the back?
Goofy. We're on no tracks.
Somebody lost sunglasses.
Hooray, hooray, hooray.
Nothing can stop us now.
Whoa! Hang on! Whoa, hang on!
That's right. Everyone to your positions. Ready and
Mary Poppins!
Hope you had a relaxing ride around the park, and thanks for sticking with me. Hey, picnickers! Told you nothing was gonna go wrong.
And before I forget to tell you guys, this is as far as these lap bars go down. So they don't go down any further than this. And as a reference, my son Bryson, he's 37 inches. So he's got this big gap right here between the bar. So keep that in mind if you guys are gonna be coming on riding this, because there's no ride limit, there's no ride height limit on this ride. And now we're ripping back into the real world.
Wow, it looks like it was the entrance.
The end. All right, I will say that ride was fantastic. Very awesome. All right, first thoughts off of the ride.
It's not the great movie ride. It was cute, but I wish they kept the great movie ride.
So with that being said, if you guys don't think about it as its replacement of the great movie ride, I think it was a 10 out of 10. Very different. It messed around with all your senses. It gave you little vibrations here and there. Play with your eyes. It was a trackless ride, so you never knew where you were going. So riding it for the first time, I thought it was pretty fun. What about you? Did you like it, Bryson?
yeah,
Yeah, you want to go on it again?
yeah.
Probably not today, but we will go on it again eventually. But so I think it was a good job on Disney's part. But maybe they should have had that as a separate ride and kept a great movie ride. I think that probably would have been the most opportune thing to do. But yeah. Okay, so we knocked out everything we came here to do. We got to ride the Mickey's Runaway Railway. It's like a tongue twister to me. Mickey's Runaway Railway. So we got to knock that out. We got to do some stuff in Toy Story Land with Bryson, and we got to check out some new stuff over there in Galaxy's Edge. So that being said, it was a very successful day and little day trip out here to
Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios, yes. Thank you for that. Just to give you guys one more view of the park, we still have about 50 minutes left until closing, and here's your crowd update. So really not that bad at all of a day. Look at that, just looks like straight up Hollywood Boulevard almost. So out of all the COVID parks, this was the last park that we actually had to hit up. So we've been to Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and now here at Hollywood Studios. With that being said, I think Hollywood Studios is our second favorite compared to Epcot. Epcot being number one just because Food and Wine, there's no big lines for Food and Wine. And then here we got to do everything we really wanted to. That Mickey Mouse ride, that's one of the newest here at Hollywood Studios, and we got on in about 35 minutes. And it's all gonna differ on the days. It is a Saturday, so that's pretty surprising. But yeah, little man had a great day, so it wasn't too bad. And another quick note is same theming with all the theme parks right now. I expect a lot of food choices to be limited. A lot of the concession stands aren't open here. And then secondly, there's still no fast passes going on, so don't try to log online and try to get fast passes, things of that nature. And lastly, one of the biggest attractions here besides the Mickey Mouse Runaway Railway is the new Star Wars Rise of the Resistance ride. That was down all day, so even if we had people to do a child swap with, we wouldn't have been able to go on because it was down throughout the day today. So they had some technical difficulties with it. With that being said, I mean, that's pretty much all I got to touch up on. What about you?
Also, the trams are not running.
Trams are not running, and they're doing socially distant parking. So in the morning, if you come in during the morning, they park you every other spot, and then they come in and fill it throughout the afternoons. So since we came in the afternoon, we pretty much got a little bit closer parking today, so that's not bad. All right, anyways, that's our day here at Hollywood Studios. I had an amazing time. We got everything accomplished that we really wanted to, and all the priorities were straight, and ended up being a good day. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. What about you, Heather?
Yeah, it was a good day. It was my second favorite so far.
Second favorite as far as the COVID situation goes. And Bryson, what about you? Did you have a fun day today?
Yeah.
Very fun? Is it 1 thumbs up or 2 thumbs up? Just 1? Not 2? Okay, I'm not gonna persuade him to do 2 thumbs up, but all right, you guys understand what we're talking about over here. Anyways, with all that being said, we're already at our car. That's how close to the parking that we actually got today. So with that being said, all of us want to say thanks for watching. Never live your life in idle, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.